179 episodes. It is Joey's theme pick today, where we pick two games based on a theme. We've been doing this for a while, and it seems to work for us. We're not overwhelmed. Get a couple games to play, quick little podcast, talk about and catch up with each other. Joey, it's your theme pick. What is it?
Yes, it is my theme pick. It's Bad Motherfuckers Save the Day.
Right, you are. This was fun. Quick and easy games to play. I beat both of these, naturally with the saves coming, because they're arcade games that you picked.
They're originally arcade games. One of them got ported, the other one did not.
Well, you can play one of them, I believe, on the Nintendo Switch today, but you gotta purchase it for like $6, and I say it's worth it.
There's also websites that you can play them on.
There is also websites, yes. Now, when you played them on the computer, on these websites, did you at least hook up a controller, or were you just straight up mouse and keyboard?
Just a keyboard.
Okay. All right. Just wondering. Colin, you're also here, so we got a full cast yet again. Super fun. Colin, are you working 50 to 60 hours a week like me?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, right?
Barely time to play any of these.
Yeah, there was one. So I played golf every day, except Friday, because I just broke down physically. I just went, I'm so tired. I can't do this anymore. I have to go to bed because let me tell you, when you are asked to come into work and get there at 4:00 in the morning, and then no one tells you that everyone was sent home, you get a little peeved. And when it's 2:00 in the afternoon, you're just exhausted. But
I can imagine.
yeah, there was a couple days there playing golf where the group in front of us, or the groups plural, were so slow that I'd bust out my little handheld, and I was playing these two games on the golf course because it's just pick it up, bang, 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 hit the buttons. Oh, you died. Fake coin in, and you keep playing, and then I could just turn it off real quick, hit my shot, turn it back on, wait another 5 to 10 minutes to play. So it worked out. This worked out. I'm still going through a little bit of the Metal Gear Solid from a few podcasts ago on the Game Boy Color. I'm kind of done with Bomberman Quest, but I've been pretty much playing our older games that can still work on the handheld, basically when I'm waiting and putzing around on the golf course. That's been my thing the last, I would say, month. Not a lot of time for the console games, but Joey, I did promise you I'd get a little further in Expedition 33. It's not that I don't like this game. I love this game. It's just where I've been is not at home to play these more often. So we will get some more Expedition 33 talk. And like you said, maybe I just need to take a week off and just play some video games.
You need vacation. You're working too much.
Well, my vacation was going to California, which also involved not playing video games. So, well, except on the plane.
That's just dumb.
Yeah. All right, Colin, what have you been up to and what have you been playing?
Last night, I was saying to Joey before we started, I went to a casino-themed party that a friend of mine from work was hosting.
Okay.
With open bar.
Oh.
Somehow I'm not hungover.
Oh. I was kind of hungover yesterday after my golf session. I had to be driven home from a friend.
Jeez.
I'm like, I'm in no position to drive. Could you take me home? And they're like, yeah. So my car is currently sitting at the golf course. What was your drink of choice that didn't get you hungover? Because clearly you did it wrong.
I had a bunch of different stuff. I mean, there was rum and coke, whiskey and ginger ale, and
highball.
At one point, one dude was giving out a whole bunch of cognac, so I ended up having like up to half a glass worth of that. So I was pretty tipsy at one point.
God, that was my dad's drink of choice. Many a times, Joey and I saw my dad just absolutely blitzed out of his mind from cognac.
Yep.
Colin, when I say blitzed, he was blitzed. Like bad.
boy.
So blitzed where he'd take tequila shots to sober up, kind of blitzed.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think part of the reason I was able to stay sober was because they served buffet dinner midway through.
Oh, hell yeah.
There was barbecue chicken, jerk chicken, fried rice, all that good shit.
Speaking of fried rice, I wanted Chinese food so bad yesterday. My Chinese place I've gone to like basically every Sunday for the past 6 months. I was gonna go crazy and order it yesterday. Well, turns out they took away pickup and delivery.
What?
You can no
How did they do
longer,
that?
yeah, a Chinese place that does not have pickup.
Do they just want you to dine in the whole time?
Correct. And it seems to be a growing trend, at least where I'm living here in Rhode Island, where a lot of these restaurants just will not have pickup anymore because I guess dining in's too expensive.
Why?
So people's spending habits are changing where it's just, I'm just going to order this food for pickup and leave. Because restaurants want tips and those kinds of things, and if you dine in, maybe you'll drink some alcohol. Well, like, a cheap beer is like $4 to $6 now, just for not even a pint. You know? It's like, I can't... it
Yeah,
adds up way too much.
It doesn't make sense to me. It seems like they'd be losing money without having the takeout.
Like the Thai place I go to, they have takeout now. They still have takeout, but they took away all their like takeout items. So you have to buy the full on like $20 meal. I'm like, I'm not getting Chinese food to spend $20. I'm not getting Thai food
Yeah.
to spend $20.
I mean,
Get
that
outta
makes
here.
sense. Price of food has gone up, so taking out the cheaper items makes sense. So this way, margins are probably better on the actual serving sizes.
Yeah, well, I passed by these places the last couple days now, and let me tell you, no one's going there anymore. It's a bad trend, and I think places are heading in the wrong direction. Even the most popular places I'm seeing are like half capacity what they used to. It's scary. So yeah, my drink of choice, Colin, since you had some cognac, which I haven't had in forever, has been I've had a highball or two, but yesterday in particular was tequila, and we had a thing at golf where if you didn't par the hole or if you did worse than bogey, so double bogey, is typical what I've been doing these days if it's a bad hole. Had to do a shot of tequila. So 9 holes later, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. It was a rough time. Rough time.
But there at the party, there was also beer pong and, strangely enough, also drinking Jenga. Just,
Okay, that sounds like something up our alley in this conversation. How does that work? How does drinking Jenga work?
it's like this particular Jenga tower is made with like big blocks of wood, and each block is placed upside down. You can't see what's written on it, but whenever you pull it out, you have to turn it over and then do whatever's written on the underside.
Oh,
Like,
sounds like a
some will
brutal game.
say drink a shot. So you gotta go to the open bar and get something like tequila or whatever.
God, I'd get like a shot of beer if it was that ambiguous.
And then others will say never have I ever. So you gotta pose a never have I ever question to everybody else.
Ah, that's easy.
And some will say dare, as in truth or dare.
I dare you to have a
And
shot of
another will
tequila.
I managed to win at one point.
And what do you
So
get
that
if you
was fun.
win? Pride?
More or less, but there's
Okay.
also a little thing going on where everybody who entered the party got a set number of poker chips, and then whoever won at beer pong or at drinking Jenga the rest of the people playing have to give you like 2 chips. And then whoever has the most chips by the end of the party has they win. They win a prize. I forget what the prize was though. Was it I don't think it was anything too fancy.
Okay.
But I had fun.
Sounds like it.
And as also this week I got my physical copy of Clair Obscur in the mail.
Yes.
And I plan on starting it up later today after I've gotten all my other chores done.
Excellent.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Enjoy the beginning. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful.
I can probably throw the disc in while I'm doing all my chores, because obviously there's going to be updates and installation time. So
I don't think there's been that many updates to the game.
Yeah, I can't think of many.
well, it still has to install anyway. So
Very true. Very true.
as far as my New Year's resolution list is concerned, I beat the first Klonoa game, so you can scratch that off.
Oh, okay. We haven't done that in a while. Let's see here. Game tracker. All right. Klonoa, Colin. Let's see. All right. How long, sir?
That is a good question. I think maybe cumulative, it might have been 5 or 6 hours.
I'll put 6 hours. All right.
Since then, I've been mostly playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. That's now my treadmill game. Just play that while walking on the treadmill and lose weight while I'm melting my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from here on out, I'll be focusing a lot of attention on Clair Obscur. Though I also picked Dead Cells back up just so I can play through the Castlevania DLC.
Yes.
So we'll see how
Okay.
that goes.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much everything on my end.
How'd you like Klonoa?
It was fun. I mean, it could be a little hard at points. I mean, I know that if I were to play it when it came out, I would definitely have a hard time with certain parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, it could be a little tricky, just like knowing when to do double jumps with enemies you've got attached to your ring, just so you can hit things that are below you in gaps. You gotta be able to know how to time that so you don't fall down into the bottomless pit as well. But it was still fun. It was a decent challenge. The controller definitely something that to get used to. I can't think of any other game that controls quite like Klonoa. Closest I can say is Kirby. But
Oh, yeah. I feel you on that one.
it's fun, and I recommend it to anybody listening. You can get it on the Switch. It's the Fantasy Reverie series.
Yeah.
It's like both the first game and the second console game anyway. It's like the first game originally came out on PS1, and then its sequel came out on PS2.
Yeah, I think if
And
I
the one that-
recall, the second one is stupid expensive.
Yeah, in its original form.
Let me see here.
I'm pretty sure Fantasy Reverie series is like $15 or so. It's very affordable.
The PS1 game is like $200, and the Klonoa 2 on PS2 is $20. So it's this. I had it backwards. The second one's actually stupid expensive. Yeah. Oof.
And there's a bunch of like portable console Klonoa games as well. I mean, we covered the Wonder Swan game. And there's also one on Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I like that Wonder Swan game. It was super fun to play. Did that earlier in the year.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to actually play. I just watched a YouTube video, but it looked fun.
Yeah, I have the remake of the PlayStation game on the Wii, is what I have. And that's how I played it. Much more affordable than the $200 PS1 game.
Definitely.
I don't think I have Klonoa 2 on PS2. Which I don't think I've ever played, actually. No, I do not have it on the PS2. Ooh, okay. That might be a game to play in the future. Okay. Keep that in mind, boys.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I like the boss fights in Klonoa quite often. I have very good memories of that game.
Yeah, they're fun.
All right. Well, if that's it, Colin, then I think it's time for some Expedition 33 talk. You know it was
Go
coming.
for it.
It's going to be a recurring theme for a while because the game's so good. I can't wait for you to play it, Colin. It's great.
And I will give you 2 hints, no spoilers, but 2 hints at the beginning. Fight the mime in the prologue. It's an achievement, so you don't have to go back and do it in New Game Plus like I had to. So if you care about trying to get all the achievements, fight the mime. And there's a trash can you need to interact with.
A trash
Okay.
can to interact with.
Yes, I didn't know this. If you interact in the prologue, it leads to you getting the item that an item that you can level up your weapon to 33. So there's only a handful of them in the game. Each time you play through, there's 10, and that's the 11th. But if you didn't interact with the trash can in the prologue, you can't get the 11th. So that's one less weapon you can upgrade to 33.
I'm pretty sure I beat the mime in the prologue already.
I didn't even see it the first time I went through. So New Game Plus, I had to fight it.
It's when you first meet Loon on the island, right? Meet up with her, and then it's like to the left of everything.
No, it's even before that. It's in the the prologue, like in Lumiere.
Oh shit! No, that definitely did not happen. I thought I searched.
Yeah,
everywhere.
because it's off to the corner. I didn't even know where it was until New Game Plus. Like it's where the stage where the people are dancing. It's off to the right.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you have to hit it in New Game Plus. Not at the end of the day, but it will be harder because it's New Game Plus.
Fuck shit.
I mean, your character will be whatever level, but still, you're still kind of limited because even though you have everything coming through, you can't upgrade, change your weapon out. You can't add more skills. So you're stuck with Gustav and his 2 skills in the beginning.
Ugh.
But you do have all your pictos. So I was fighting him with like 9 AP every round. So it was easier, but still, I would have liked not having to go back for the last achievement.
Okay, Joey, can you explain like how the leveling of pictos work, or is it just the pictos that has a level?
They have a level. There's some of them are in the game twice, so you get a lower version early on, or you can buy like a higher version, or you can buy a lower version and beat a boss to get a higher one.
I
see. They level up by beating bosses or buying them, and then New Game Plus, they're all a higher level than what they were. So
okay, got it. I couldn't quite figure out like what was going on there.
It only really affects the stats on it, so it doesn't affect the actual picto power.
Yeah. So as I was dicking around in the game for the past like 2 weeks, because I finally got to ride Eskia and kind of travel around the world a little bit more, and
through swimming, right?
Yeah, the swimming part.
Okay.
I haven't learned how to fly yet.
You get that after Act 2.
Yeah, you got to look, man. It's better to have had a rock than to never have had one. Very good phrase. It's very deep. Um, yeah, I kept trying to fight like all these wacky bosses in the world that were just way over my head, and trying to beat Golgra and all kinds of things. And it's like, this isn't working. I'm like wasting my time trying to beat these impossible fights right now.
You can. You just have to be really good at parrying
Yeah,
and a lot of time.
I'm not great, especially when I'm so under leveled at that point. Where if they hit me like once or twice and I'm
Yeah,
fucking
you're
dead,
done.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
done.
you have to be
So
perfect. And then after Act 2, you get the Picto that you can do more than 9999 damage. So
yeah, and
it's
then
finally opens you up.
and then I got too cheeky with fumbling with stats and working around them. Kind of messed up how I was health wise and how much I had hit. So I almost nerfed myself basically, kind of maxing myself at 4,000 damage tops, and I'm like, well, this isn't working either. Because then when I got to the Forgotten Battlefield and I finally started to progress through the story again, which I hadn't done in a couple weeks, I came across this like fire monster deal, like a mini boss fight, and because I was kind of doing what you were saying, Joey, was to stack burns.
Yeah,
I went into
there's
that fight just totally. So not only was I nerfing my hit power, I was awful. I was awful because most of
you were
my
just healing it.
strategy was these burn attacks, so I couldn't do any of those things without healing it. So I'm like, oh, it just took an ungodly amount of time. It just kept hitting me, killing a character at least once a turn. So I was too stubborn to do any, like, just to die and try again and uh change everything. So the battle took like an hour.
Yeah, that's the one downside of burn. Like it's so good, but if you're against someone that can absorb it, you're just fucked. So there's only one type of damage that no one has a resist to, and that's void damage.
Yeah, and then when I got to the final boss of the Forgotten Battlefield, the Duelista, the guy, I thought he was gonna have like 4 swords, but he only ended up having 2. My
That's a
God,
cool
when
boss.
very fun boss. I thought it was easier than the fire dude, because I was able to parry and block his attacks
Yeah,
way
and you
better.
actually can burn them down. Yeah.
I burned him down, and I was really disappointed because Seal is my heavy hit damage character, and he was resistant to dark. But if I played it right, even though he's resisting, he was still doing a lot more damage than Male. And I do not like using Verso right now. He's too much of a high risk, high reward character. Where if I mess up one time, it kind of resets anything I was doing with him. So that sucks. So I just can't really use him at this point in the game.
There's some really good builds for him. There's a good team build with him where he just builds up burn stacks, so Mael can just use it with one of her skills to just decimate enemies.
Yeah, so I got to build up some different characteristic stats. I got to get Mael with a different skill set where she can actually get into her stronger stances, particularly the Virtuoso stance.
Virtuoso, yeah. So since I'm guessing you didn't use her in the arena the first time when you fought the stranger or whatever the hell they called when you got CL. Because if you used her, you get one of her best weapons. But if you use Gustav like I did or anyone else, you get a weapon for Gustav.
I don't recall who I used in that
You probably-
battle.
yeah.
I think it was Gustav that I used.
Yeah, that's what I used. So it took me, you have to then go beat the chief to get that weapon. So it's pretty much locked until in game.
Yeah, that that was kind of disappointing when that turned out the way it did. Yeah, it's interesting. With the introduction of Verso and how the game is progressing, once I finished the Forgotten Battlefield and the various cutscenes started happening with how he's interacting with the rest of the team, I'm like, oh, this makes sense in how they progress the story, because otherwise without him, they wouldn't really have a direction or knowledge of where to go and how to beat anything in particular. So his introduction and his path forward through the story is so tight in writing. I really liked it.
Now, don't you worry. You're about to get, like, if you get through Act 2, you get a lot of information thrown at you.
Yeah, so it like they're talking about going to Old Lumiere now, and they have to destroy the paintress's heart, and why, and what, why, and where, and then he still doesn't have all the information, so there's still that shroud of mystery. But again, without him, the direction on where they're supposed to go for each step just isn't there. You would feel that the team is just wandering aimlessly and just trying to get to the point. And when he goes, "Oh, if you just go straight to her, she has this barrier that'll just disintegrate you," and they're like, "Oh, well, shit. Well, we can't just go there then. We got to go to these other places."
But the barrier only disintegrates you if you're a weak man.
If you're
You'll
a
learn
weak
when you pick
man.
up a log from Expedition 60, I think.
Okay.
They're the most badass.
God, you remember a lot about this game. Are you on your second playthrough?
Yeah, I just started New Game Plus last night.
Okay.
No, I have all but one Picto, which there's 193, I think.
Good God. So you got to be like 50 hours into this game, right?
Yeah, around.
All right, I'll update you.
All my characters are 99.
I'll update you to 50 hours.
I have 3 characters that are like one-shot builds. They can just demolish things. I was getting bored of just farming color Lumia the way I was doing. So I was like, New Game Plus, I can get a whole bunch. I can build out the other ones. Yeah, one shot at the optional end game bosses, which I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, the one of them, he would just destroy me because his attacks are just too much for me. But yeah, I played it a lot. I beat all the beach games because you have to for achievement. The fucking always up one, I hate so much. That's the worst part of the game.
Beach games?
Doing that. Yeah, it's one, but it's always up. So you have to just climb up on all these things. And since this game's not really made for platforming and climbing like that, like sometimes you just fall off, or you think you jump on it right and you kind of just glide off. So it was annoying. But yeah, I think I might be missing like some haircuts and clothing, but for the most part, I did everything. I know I'm missing the bald haircut for everyone but Mael, but I just didn't want to replay beating the mime to unlock it for everyone.
Yeah, I like the outfit choices and how you can make all the characters. Now there's a lot of games out there where you change how they look, and then when a cutscene happens, it's just back to their original outfit. So everything translates into the cutscenes, which is nice.
It's even funnier in New Game Plus because they just keep you how you were. And Maya was covered in blood, and you're not supposed to be able to play with her, but you still can play with everyone, although you don't have them for fights. You can run around the world with them. So I'm running around with a bloody Mael throughout all the celebrations.
That's funny.
And when you're looking at her towards the end, when Gustav's about to go talk to her, she shows up in the gear that I had her in, but during the cutscene, she's back to what she was supposed to be in the beginning of the game. But yeah, I thought it was funny, just being a bloody girl running around talking to people celebrating.
Yeah, I always know when I get into a game deep is when I start reading how other people are playing online compared to myself, and I'm watching other people play and have fun. I'm reading more about how much more in depth you can play in different aspects. Like I did it with Liza P, I did it with Stellar Blade. I'm doing it with Expedition 33. The PS5 with games like this is
you're spending.
What's up?
You're spending time at the campfire, talking with people, right? Building up the relationships.
Yes, I am doing that.
Okay, good, because you need that. That's how you unlock better third gradient attacks, which I think you were just introduced to.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was literally just introduced to building up a relationship, so everyone's at 1 right now. SKA's at 2.
Yeah. 7 is the highest. Okay.
Yeah, it's super fun. It's a deep game. Good RPG elements. Every character's different from each other, so the opinion hasn't changed there. Traversing the world at least through the act stages. At least through the Forgotten Battlefield, it felt kind of maze-like, where I never knew where the correct path was. Because I'm always afraid in games like this where I'll go down the left path instead of the right, and that triggers the cutscene, and then you just can't progress anymore, so you miss entire areas. This game is good about very much hinting that that's the direction that's going to trigger something, and you could always go back in the stage before you finish it up.
Yeah, you will be exploring. You'll be exploring a lot. And I had to go back because pictos and things that are in hidden areas that I didn't really explore too well. But yeah, you won't miss any main story cutscenes or anything by picking the wrong path.
Yeah, and they always hint when if you're sprinting that the character will just start walking all of a sudden. It'll get slower, and you're like, oh, okay, I don't want to come here yet. I haven't finished exploring other areas. So good hints, good aspects. It's just such a well-made game and well thought out. I'm looking forward to whatever game these developers come up with next, or what their next project is. It's kind of like when Guerrilla was doing things with like the Killzone series, and then it went into I think it was Horizon right after that, when they're coming up with new IPs. Naughty Dog comes to mind as well. I'm really thinking about what this development team is going to do next. Pretty excited. All right.
Yeah, I just really like that even the optional stuff has really good stories.
Uh-oh. Colin's out?
Yeah, and I think Discord is acting up because I think I'm lagging because as I talk, my light shines up like 5 seconds after I start talking.
Oh. Well, it's working for me just fine. I can hear you just fine. Maybe Colin was having issues and he was trying to chime in. We just never heard him. I'll get him back in. Hey, welcome back.
I don't know what the fuck happened there. Wi-Fi just dropped for some reason.
That's okay.
I'm going off my mobile data right now.
Okay. Well, hey, we can hear you just fine. There's no lag.
That's good.
Yeah. So I have a golf. Yeah. Just before we move on to our main topic, I have a golf match later today. It's match play. Did a club championship qualifying, so I hope to do that and then get a few hours more of Expedition 33 tonight. Very much looking forward to continuing playing this game. I hope to have more time this week in particular to dedicate to just this game. Are you guys ready for the topic at hand?
Ready.
Yep.
All right, playing the drop.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you wanna test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I'll teach ya. Be sure to beat ya. Nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from teacher. Now kick.
All right. Kick, punch. It's all in the mind. That's what we're doing today. It's Bad Motherfuckers Save the Day. Joey, why did you pick this theme? How did you come across this? How did you think of this?
I honestly don't remember. I don't remember. I think I came across one of these games when I was looking at previous themes, and I was like, "Oh, that's the first game we're going to talk about." Only because the ending made me like, "Oh, this game we have to definitely play because you get if you beat it in the US version, you eat a hamburger with President Ronnie." So I was like, "Yes." So I'm going to build a theme around that. So that's why.
Yes. So what is the first game, sir?
Bad Dudes versus DragonNinja. Developed and published by Data East. Came out in 1988. It was an arcade, but you now play it on the Switch. So yeah, you are two bad dudes that the Secret Service have hired to save President Ronnie, who's Ronald Reagan. And
What? No
your
way.
names are straight out of the 80s. Blade and Striker.
Damn right.
So And President Ronnie has been kidnapped by ninjas. Are you bad enough, dude? A bad enough dude to rescue Ronnie?
It's actually a meme for a while. Are you
Uh,
a bad enough dude to save the president?
yeah. I also like the whole rampant ninja crimes arc.
Yes.
Rampant ninja related crimes are destroying our city. I'm like, okay, sure. The White House is not the exception to these rampant ninja crimes. So funny. The premise is just excellent. The advertisements are hilarious. How can something this bad be so good for your earnings? Just the main arcade cabinet advertisement. There is a commercial hyping up this game in particular that's pretty funny that you can find just easily online YouTube. It's just these dudes in white t-shirts going, yeah, I'm bad enough. You bad enough to play this game? Oh, I'm bad enough to beat this game. Okay, show me how bad you are. Like, all right.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I miss
so
those
very
days.
funny. Very funny, very cheesy. This played a lot like Shinobi to me, where you're going up and down through the stage, and it's like got that awkward floaty jump sequence to put you on the higher or lower stage. Hit detection was a little off, to be honest.
It was very off for me. A lot of the times I got damaged because the enemies would just walk up and stand in my spot, and that would kill me quicker because I couldn't get out fast enough before they did enough damage to kill me.
Yeah, you got stun locked pretty easily, which was annoying. But hey, those white sweatpants that they're wearing, killer stuff. Makes me want to get some pair of white sweatpants.
Are they sweatpants?
They are definitely sweatpants. Come
I
on.
thought they were like acid wash jeans.
No, come on. Colin, were they jeans or sweatpants?
They look like sweatpants.
See, Joey? Sweatpants.
It's funny you should mention Shinobi
okay.
because this game's title was actually half of the inspiration for the title of a Lost Prophets song, Shinobi versus DragonNinja.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
It's one of their more famous songs.
Okay. Now this was the game
It's
where
a good song.
you got the Swiss knife and they did the little animation where they're flipping it out really hard. That was this one, right?
I don't think so.
Well, I know you got nunchakus, and you were
Yeah, I
able
don't
to
think-
actually get
Yeah.
some length with that, which was very key to play this game.
Absolutely. Yeah, the sprite animations in this game are really choppy, at least in the NES version.
Yeah, that's the
Which doesn't make sense.
yeah, that's the version I played myself as well.
Which doesn't make sense to me because there are plenty of other NES titles that aren't this choppy. I mean, Double Dragon, River City Ransom. And the combat itself reminded me a lot of Kung Fu, which we've covered before.
Yeah,
I mean,
usually
that's the
when it comes to like beat 'em ups like this, when the sprites are too big, the NES has a real hard time handling that. That's why River City Ransom and Double Dragon work. It's because their sprites are so much smaller.
yeah.
Yeah, if this came out on the Sega
Okay.
Master System, like Shinobi did, then it would play much better.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I was saying how Kung Fu Master, or just Kung Fu, I mean, that was the first beat 'em up game ever made, and probably had as big sprites, and even that had smoother sprite animation.
Yeah, but there
But then
wasn't.
again, it had
I'll push back on
simpler
that.
backgrounds.
Yeah, it was much simpler and simpler made than this one. There's a lot of detail to this game, and that obviously will slow it down, especially on the NES.
Yeah. And mid-air attacks can be a bit tricky to pull off,
Oh yeah, like the
guess,
spin kick. Yeah, no way.
and also drop kick. You have to time it just right. because you can't do it like near the end of your jump. You have to do it like up to or before the height of your jump. Did anyone else love how whenever you beat a level, you hear a voice clip saying, "I'm bad"?
I mean, it's absolutely necessary to the game. How could you be a bad dude if they didn't tell me how bad they were? This is the game that you get with a buddy. You get some beers. You just go, "Are we gonna be bad tonight? Oh yeah, we're gonna be bad. All right, let's play some bad dudes." Like if Joey and I had this game and we were like 10, this would be our shit. Because we'd find it the most entertaining, hilarious game out there.
For all the
Definitely.
dumb reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little choppy. I'll pass the game from just the fun standpoint. I think that's very key with this. It's definitely fun. It gives me some laughs. Is it well made? It didn't translate the best, but it'll still get a pass from me.
Yeah, I give
I'm
it
gonna
a soft
because
pass.
play it free.
All right, all passed.
I give it a soft pass because I don't know. I played it last night. I don't think I had as much fun with it as you guys, but then again, I was still a little drunk from the party. 'Cause that's all the only time I had to play it.
All right.
But it exists.
Yeah, came out in 88. I think it fits the 80s pretty well. Okay. The next game, Joey.
The next game, known to all the world as Vendetta, but known in Japan as Crime Fighters 2. This was made by Konami and published by them too. Came out in 1991. I think this is more 80s than the last one.
I agree.
Because you got Hulk, who is Hulk Hogan. Like, there's no way Hulk is not Hulk Hogan. And then I forget the guy in green, Mr. T's character. I don't know what his name is, but he's Mr. T.
Absolutely.
So I had to play as Hulk Hogan. I mean, Hulk.
I also played as Hulk Hogan.
This one is about.
Whoa, hold on. We gotta continue the character
dead end
introduction.
gang.
Because you have Mike Tyson's character, the boxer.
Is the other one Claude Van Damme?
Yes, that is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I don't know if it was Tyson or Ali, but I was thinking. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, it's got to be Jean-Claude, right?
Yeah, he even had his patented like hook spin kick from Bloodsport.
Yes, that's what I thought. But I was like, his hair color is slightly different. But I was like, it's pixel art, so maybe.
Yeah. The Mike Tyson character was funny. I loved how you could mount him and beat them down with the punches. Mr. T's character had the flying headbutt. Jean-Claude had the spin kick, and Hulk Hogan. Look, I got a problem with this character, Joey. Do you know what it is?
Why?
Like, I love a good elbow drop, but that's Macho Man Randy Savage move. How could you not have a leg drop for the Hulk Hogan character?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was too hard to develop.
No, come on. And then his grab has to be a suplex. But every character's grab was the whole knee attack to the face, which is a cool move, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, if we're going to go the extra mile here, I got a problem with how they did the animation for the Hulk Hogan character. I think they really missed the mark there. Konami, what are you doing, bro? In 1991.
So this game fits the theme, though, because the Dead End Gang took over Dead End City, and then the Gang of the Cobras have to save a female named Kate from them, but also save the city from the Dead End Gang.
Yeah, Kate is Hulk Hogan's protege.
They're the Dead End Gang from the Dead End City.
Did you catch that? That Kate is Hulk Hogan's protege?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he's training her to be a professional wrestler for the Cobras. I love it.
I got some real Final Fight vibes from that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and Mr. T's character was pretty good because this had a lot of the the A-Team vibes. Like, couldn't you hear the A-Team music in your head? Dun dun dun. Gotta go save the chick, boys. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's got 4-player
I like how you
beat 'em
I
up
thought this
option.
game was hard.
This was hard as hell, but oh my god, was it fun!
It was very
Yeah, I
fun.
like how you
I
can
hated
pit
the knife
guys
guys. If they knocked me
against
down, then they
walls.
started stabbing the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, yeah. At least you got 2x4s with like nails in it that you could swat them with throughout the game. All right.
You can also whack guys against walls in the background with the baseball bats, or throw bags of flour, or are they cement, on them as a stunner to make them stand in place and cough.
Yeah, there was a lot of good animation throughout this game with just things like that. The bags of flour is what or you know what? Let's take it a step further. It's obviously bags of cocaine because the Dead End Gang are bad people.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Probably work for Tony Montana.
Yeah, exactly. I wish there was steel chairs that you could pick up and hit people with in this. I think that was the one item
be
missing from the whole thing.
Because they had everything, even shotguns.
Yeah, well, the fucking shotguns. Oh my god. Like, yes, you had a limited amount of ammo, and I believe the enemies also had a limited amount of ammo for the shotguns, but fuck, as soon as that came up on the screen, it was like an instant death, or close to it. It was so hard. That
Yeah,
really amped
especially
the
when the
difficulty
dog was
up.
grabbing onto you.
Oh, yeah, and it stun locks you because the little shit is biting your leg. Like, ugh. Like, I imagine if we were playing this with 2 people, it would be a lot better. I think 4 would just be, like, too much on the screen. This is like a perfect 2-player co-op type of game. This is a blast to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have a lot of fun with that.
Oh, I finally got the list of the characters' names. It's Hawk, Sledge, Blood, and Boomer.
And then Kate.
Yeah, and then Kate. Yeah. Maybe could have thought of a different name for her. Yeah, Boomer was the Jean-Claude Van Damme character. Yeah.
I do like some of the small details in the game. Like, at one point, you're fighting in an alley behind a quote-unquote gentleman's club.
Mm-hmm.
And every so often, one of the strippers pokes her head out, wondering what's going on.
Yeah, there was a lot of fun level design from stage to stage, or board to board, however you want to categorize that. Yeah, the stages were super fun and interesting.
This game is endless.
What's that?
It's endless. So as you beat it, it just takes you back to the beginning at a harder difficulty and just keeps going.
Yeah, that's how Shinobi worked, where you had to actually beat the game twice in order to actually, quote unquote, beat the game. It was a way to kind of extend the life of the arcade cabinet. Like, get you to play it more than once.
The version I watched, it was
I
just
did like the bonus level.
going back and doing the boss rush. And then there's end credits after that.
Yeah, after you do that, though, it starts over. You can continue playing.
Yeah, and you accumulate points and everything, but it's really meant to be beaten twice. But one time through is, I mean, you beat your crazy wacky bosses at the end of each stage or / chapter. I liked all the boss fights because they were super unique looking boss characters and quite memorable too.
Yeah, I like the brothers.
Yeah.
The little guy who comes up and stabs the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would name their city Dead End City? It seems like a very poor choice of name for your town.
Sounds like something
Yeah.
someone would rename Detroit to.
Dead End City. You're not wrong. I guess maybe it could have been like a Wild West frontier town that just kept its name all those years. Look at this, coming up with a backstory for the city.
Yeah, it could have been something like that.
It's like Deadwood in one of the Dakotas. It's like, why would you call it Deadwood? I don't know. Everyone died here in the woods. Yeah, this was even harder than Bad Dudes versus DragonNinja. But it's kind of made that way as an arcade cabinet, take my
Yeah.
quarters. So I'm not
Yeah,
like
at least you
too
can just
upset
keep
about it.
continuing.
Yeah, then you could beat it in like 30 minutes, just like the other. Very fun. This was super fun. I'm so happy about this game. This is one of my favorite of
I'm
the
gonna
year.
pass this.
Oh, it's an easy pass. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'll pass it.
All right. So our two games were Bad Dudes versus DragonNinja on the Atari NES/arcade cabinet and Vendetta on the arcade cabinet. Colin, favorite, least favorite, and your tiers, sir.
I guess Vendetta is my favorite.
Hell yeah.
I'll give Bad Dudes a C, and Vendetta, I guess, a B.
Ooh. All right. Joey, before we get to you, I am Vendetta favorite, Bad Dudes second place. I'm with you on the C on the Bad Dudes. I think,
Okay.
yeah, I just think it just didn't translate well to the NES. Did not play the arcade version myself. There was a lot to be desired, but still fun. That's why I ended up still passing it. Now, Vendetta, I gotta say, my minor gripes aside, I mean, I can't go lower than an A with this game. I think it's a little too hard for my liking, even as an arcade cabinet. I liked how 80s as fuck this game was. I liked the beat 'em up. I like all the mechanics. I just think it was missing just a little something to push it to an S for me. So,
Okay.
A rating. What you got, Joey?
I agree. Vendetta is my favorite. Bad Dudes, not. Giving a C to Bad Dudes. We get an A to Vendetta. I think if we played 2-player, it might be an S because I think the game is kind of centered around 2 players.
I think you're right. I think you're right about that. If we were able to do a co-op, that could be S rating with how much fun it is. But that's not what we're kind of basing this off of right now. We're basing off single player because that's all we were able to do. You might be right about that. Okay. So the next theme is my pick, and we've made it. It is time for the PC 98, and we're going to get raunchy on that one. Oh, man. Do you guys remember what the PC 98 was? With me talking about it?
Porn
Yes.
visual novel platform.
Well, it's not. They're not all visual novels. But yeah, there's some porn elements to this system. Yeah, we're gonna get raunchy. I'm very much looking forward to that. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah, one of the titles is very obviously a porn title.
What? Oh, come on, no way. Where do you get that idea? Look, there was BDSM elements in Vendetta. Girls with leather pants and strippers and whips. I mean, come on. All right. So that'll be next time. That'll be in a couple weeks. It's a fun cast. See you next time, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye now.